Hey everyone, my name is Marshall Mind, and this is gonna be part 4 of the EA Sports UFC Striking idea videos that I've been making lately. And in this video, I'll be talking about spamming and what I believe the EA UFC developers can do to make sure that spamming will not be an issue in the next game. Now, there are 3 main things that we've seen people spam in these games. Number 1 is the jabs, and this one is very unique and exclusive to EA Sports UFC. We didn't really see jab spamming in the Undisputed series, and we didn't really see jab spamming in EA Sports MMA, so this is a problem that is unique to EA Sports UFC. The second one is hook spamming. Hook spamming to the head, hook spamming to the body, and a combination of both, and I believe this was also a problem in EA Sports MMA. The last one is leg kick spamming. This is also very unique and exclusive to EA Sports UFC. We didn't really see people spamming leg kicks in the Undisputed or EA MMA series. So these right here are the 3 main things that we've seen people spam. And now the question is, how can EA make sure that the game is spam proof? I'm talking about the next game, which I believe is already in development right now. Well, let's start with the first one, jabs. The reason why jab spamming is possible in EA Sports UFC is because the jab has an automatic lunge to it that allows players to chase you down with it. That's not the way the jab is supposed to work by default. The reason for that is because the lunging jab is a modified jab. It's a special jab that only very few fighters should be able to throw. Guys like GSP, Junior Dos Santos, Alexander Gustafsson, Anderson Silva, Lyoto Machida, fighters that are known for very quick jabs, they should be the only ones that are able to do this, and to throw it, you have to step first and then jab. So instead of adding an automatic lunge to it every single time you jab like it is in EA Sports UFC right now, it should be done the same way UFC Undisputed 3 did it, and the same way Fight Night did it. If you throw a jab, you shouldn't automatically step with it. You should just throw the jab from your stance, and if you want a step-in jab, then step and jab. This will make it impossible for players to just chase you down with jabs. Right now, a lot of players can do that. And a lot of players, especially the ones that are new to the game, don't know how to handle this. So if you take away the automatic lunge, you take away the jab's ability to cover massive distance by default. And this also applies to straights or the cross. Same rule applies. That's how you solve that problem. Second one, the hook spamming. And I'm talking about the hooks to the head specifically right now. To fix this, a few things has to be done. Number 1, and this is very important, combination speed has to drastically reduce after 1 missed strike. Okay, I'll repeat that. Combination speed has to drastically reduce after 1 missed strike. Let's say I want to throw a jab, cross, left hook, and a right hook. Okay, now if I throw and land the jab, and then I land the cross, and I missed the left hook, maybe because my opponent swayed back. Before I can land the right hook, my opponent should have enough time to counter with something after he has made me miss. If someone makes me miss, I shouldn't have the same exact combo speed because that won't give him enough time to counter. Missing strikes should drastically slow you down, so the only way you can land a flurry of hooks is if your opponent is cornered against the cage, or if he's hurt and you're trying to finish him and every single strike is hitting him. But if you miss, combination speed should reduce drastically, noticeably. Number 2, there should be an effect when you get countered. There should be an effect when you get countered. What's the point of making you miss and countering if my counter has absolutely no effect? That's the problem we have in EA Sports UFC right now. When you counter someone, nothing happens a majority of the time. They can just swing right through your counter and keep hitting you. At the very least, the counter should have stopping power, which stops the opponent in their tracks and gives me an opportunity to follow up with strikes. Number 3, effective head movement. If you can't give us the Fight Night style of bobbing and weaving, which I believe a vast majority of people are wishing and hoping for, then at least follow the example that UFC Undisputed 3 laid out and improve on it. Swaying should not be an animation that has to play out completely before you can do anything else. I should be able to interrupt the animation at any time. I don't want to have to sit there and wait for my fighter to sway all the way until the animation plays out before I can land a counter. No, it should be smooth, it should flow nicely, and most importantly, give us the ability to interrupt it at any stage of the animation. This way, if someone is coming at me with hooks, I can immediately sway out of the way and right away counter with a shot. So that's how you stop hook spamming to the head in the next game, EA Sports UFC 2. What about hook spamming to the body? Guys, same rules apply. Combination speed has to reduce drastically after a missed strike. If you get countered while going for a strike to the body, it should have an effect. And because you're ducking down into it like ducking into a knee. Look at Jose Aldo. The effect should be greater. This will make players think twice before aimlessly attacking the body, because if you get countered, the effect will be there and it could be very major. This is why you never see fighters just swinging away at their opponent's body. The only time you see that is once again, when the opponent is hurt or when you have them cornered against the cage like Nick Diaz likes to do. You'll never see Nick Diaz going wild with body hooks in the middle of the cage. He only does that when he has his opponents cornered. So that's how you deal with hook spamming. Lastly, let's talk about leg kick spamming, which is very exclusive to EA Sports UFC. How can EA make sure that this does not return in the next game? I believe it's very simple. The biggest problem we have with leg kicks in EA Sports UFC is the lead leg kick. That fast, ridiculous lead leg kick that for some reason has a lot of power and snap to it. And when you look at that animation, it looks weak. The effect that the leg kick is causing does not match the strike. The only leg kick from the lead leg that can cause that effect is the stepping in lead leg kick, the type of leg kick that Donald Cerrone throws very well, and that leg kick cannot be thrown back to back to back to back because there's a step before it, which gives the leg kick more power, and he can't step like that over and over and over and over again. So animate the correct lead leg kick to begin with, okay? Add in a noticeable delay to it, which will make it impossible to throw over and over and over again, and give players the ability to manually check leg kicks, not just hold block and you check a leg kick. Okay, that's not the way to go. Give us the ability to manually check those leg kicks, and if you check a leg kick, it should have an effect on the player throwing the kick. UFC Undisputed 3 did this very, very well. If you see a leg kick coming, you can flick down on the right stick and that will check it. And if you get your kick checked way too many times, you noticeably start slowing down. You start seeing noticeable damage. So there's a risk and there's a reward to it. The same way every single strike in the game should be. There should be a risk and there should be a reward. The higher the risk, the higher the reward. So it should be done this way, especially if you guys plan on making leg kick TKOs a possibility, which you should. Looking at the way leg kicks are in this game right now, I am extremely happy that there is no such thing as a leg kick TKO. It would have been a complete, utter mess. Now, this is what needs to be done. All in all, this is exactly what needs to be done. Number 1, take away the automatic lunge before every jab. Number 2, combination speed should reduce drastically when you miss a strike. 3, give us a more effective head movement system. 4, there should be an effect on every single clean strike that's landed. 5, add a delay to the leg kicks and improve the animation, and also give us the ability to manually check leg kicks, which should cause damage to the player who is kicking over and over again. If you guys can do this and do it well, I guarantee EA Sports UFC 2 will be spam free because the system to combat it effectively will be in place. Whew. I feel like I was talking way too much, but that's pretty much it for this one. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And if you want me to keep making more of these, then ask by destroying that like bar and you shall receive. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys very soon. Be safe. And to the gameplay developer in the forums, I really appreciate you looking at these videos. It means a lot. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who appreciates it. You know, you coming over and paying attention to our requests and looking at our ideas. It really means a lot, and we really hope that together we can all make a much better game in the future. Thanks once again, and I'll see you guys soon. Be safe.